Hello and welcome to Spectrum News at 4. I am Rachel David White coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. Supreme Court orders old 200 naira, 500 naira rather, 1,000 naira notes to remain in circulation till December 31st. Peter Obi files suit at Presidential Election Tribunal. Plus, Alex Madal faces sentencing today for killing his wife and son. We'll bring you details of the stories and more in a moment. Our first report this afternoon is from the judiciary, where the Supreme Court has ordered that all 200 naira, 500 naira, 1,000 naira notes remain in circulation till December 31st, 2023. The Apex Court also nullified the federal government's Naira redesign policy, declaring it as an affront to the 1999 Constitution. Justice Emmanuel Ajim, who read the lead judgment, said that the preliminary objections by the defendants, the Attorney General of the Federation, Bayelsa and Edo States, are dismissed as the court has the jurisdiction to entertain the suit. The court further disclosed that President Muhammadu Buhari in his broadcast admitted that the policy is flawed with a lot of challenges. The Supreme Court noted that the policy has led to some people engaging in trade by barter in a bid to survive. Away from that, Nigeria's leader, President Muhammadu Buhari, has inaugurated the Maiduguri Emergency Power Project, describing the feat as another testament towards achieving a stable, uninterrupted power supply aimed at improving the economy and lives of Nigerians. The gas plant was constructed by the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC Limited) to supply 50 megawatts of electricity to Maiduguri and its environs. According to a statement by the presidential spokesperson, Garba Shehu, the president said his administration has worked hard to fulfill the promise of tackling the nation's electricity challenges and has succeeded in laying the foundation for a strong, prosperous country through the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, ERGP. He noted that a key execution priority of the ERGP is ensuring national energy sufficiency for Nigerians. Meanwhile, the president has also visited the popular Mandar market in Maiduguri, Borno State, where fire reportedly gutted over 13,000 shops and destroyed goods worth billions of naira last Sunday. According to a statement by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, Buhari visited the market along with Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State, Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima, members of the Federal Executive Council, and some eminent citizens of the state. On her part, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Farouk, told the president she was still assessing the level of damage. Meanwhile, Governor Zulum said the market was built in the 1970s, adding that the government had provided an immediate support for 1 billion naira to the victims.
I am here mainly, as His Highness mentioned, to come and commiserate with you on the fire on the market.
Worked hand in hand with Borno State government to recover, but unfortunately there's nothing to recover. An assessment is ongoing, Your Excellency. We have provided relief support in terms of food items, and I have directed that the assessment should continue, and we are going to also support with building materials in collaboration with the state government.
In addition to this one, Borno State government has provided the immediate humanitarian support of 1 billion naira. Even the 1 billion naira, if they can share even 50,000, I don't think it can.
On electoral matters, the Independent National Electoral Commission has said that supplementary elections will be fixed after the governorship and state houses of assembly elections. This was made known in a statement signed by the National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, INEC, Festus Okoye. Okoye said the Commission is aware that in some senatorial districts and federal constituencies, declarations and returns were not made. According to him, the Commission is compiling the list of the affected constituencies in which a date for supplementary elections will be fixed after the governorship and state assembly elections. He gave the assurance that the governorship and state assembly elections will hold on March 11th, alongside the postponed elections in Enugu and Edo. Meanwhile, 6 states, namely Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, and Sokoto, have dragged the federal government before the Supreme Court over the conduct, collation, and announcement of the February 25, 2023 presidential and National Assembly elections results. The state wants the Supreme Court to declare that the pronouncement of Bola Tinubu, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, as the winner of the February 25th presidential election be voided by the court. Reports say they argued that the entire result of the presidential election announced by the chairman of INEC at the National Collation Center, Abuja, is in flagrant violation of the provisions of the Electoral Act. According to them, they want a declaration that the non-uploading of the result of each of the 176,974 polling units nationwide in respect of the presidential election and National Assembly elections were not in accordance with the provisions of the Electoral Act. In the meantime, the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, respectively, have approached the Presidential Election Court to seek permission for the inspection of election materials used during last Saturday's presidential polls. Recall that Obi and Atiku had refused to concede defeat in the February 25th presidential election, vowing to recover their mandate in court. The two candidates rebuffed the gesture of conciliation made by the president-elect Bola Tinubu, who, in his acceptance speech after he was declared the winner of the poll on Wednesday, asked them to support him in the task of building the nation. Separate news conferences in Abuja noted that the election in which Tinubu was declared victorious was controversial and programmed to deliver predetermined results.
Let me humbly and most respectfully appeal to all Nigerians to remain peaceful, law-abiding, and conduct themselves in most responsible manner. And I assure you that good people of Nigeria that will explore all legal and peaceful options to reclaim our mandates. We won the election, and we will prove it to Nigerians.
Oh, yeah. I have come to the conclusion that the processes and outcome of the presidential and National Assembly election of last Saturday was grossly flawed in every material particular, and as such must be challenged by all of us.
In a related developments, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the just concluded election, Peter Obi, has filed a suit at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, Abuja, against the declaration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC) as the winner by the Electoral Commission. The petition, with Peter Obi, Labour Party, as plaintiff, while the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) Bola Tinubu and the All Progressives Congress are the defendants. Recall that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) declared Tinubu as having won the presidential election on Wednesday. The electoral body had also issued Tinubu the certificate of return. Meanwhile, Obi declared he won the 2023 presidential election. According to him, he was robbed of his mandate, which he can only retrieve in a court of law. Meanwhile, Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has thanked Nigerians for supporting the return of power to southern Nigeria. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) governor said that the issue of rotational presidency has been settled for good with the emergence of President-elect Bola Tinubu, who is from the southern region of the country. Wike spoke today when he joined his Oyo State counterpart, Seyi Makinde, to commission the Oyo State 5 million-litre aviation fuel dispensing depot at the Ibadan airport in Alakia area of the state, in the build-up to the February 25th presidential poll. Wike, who lost the PDP presidential primary to PDP's flag-bearer Atiku Abubakar last May, was unapologetically vocal about his opposition to the 2023 presidential ambition of the former vice president. Today, the Rivers governor expressed delight that Makinde is one of those that backed power shift to the south after the 8-year tenure of the incumbent Nigerian president, Muhammadu Buhari, who is from Katsina State in the northwest geopolitical zone. In a separate development, the Niger Delta Development Commission has inaugurated a 16-member budget committee to prepare its 2024 budget through engagement with stakeholders. Addressing members of the committee during the inauguration ceremony at the Commission's headquarters in Port Harcourt, the NDDC Managing Director, Samuel Obuku, said that the committee must first identify the vision of the Commission as an interventionist agency in order to prioritize the allocation of available resources. Obuku said that the 2024 NDDC budget should strike a balance in funding new projects, ongoing projects, as well as debt financing in order to get the buy-in of stakeholders. In another development, the Lagos State government says Adeniran Whitney died from asphyxia and electrocution. The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Moyashore Nibanjo, in a statement said an autopsy issued by the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital has revealed the cause of her death to be asphyxia and electrocution. Meanwhile, the Directorate of Public Prosecutions has been instructed to immediately issue legal advice on the matter. Recall that Whitney, a pupil of Chrisland School in the Opebi Ikeja area of Lagos, died some weeks back with cause of her demise uncertain. Away from that, dozens of people have been killed by an explosion that occurred at a pipeline tapping point in Rumokwe community, Emohua local government area of Rivers State. Persons reported dead were said to be engaged in the business of illegal refining of stolen crude oil. The Executive Director, Youth and Environmental Advocacy Center, YEC Nigeria, Fineface, confirmed the incident through the center's crude oil spill alert system, COSAS. Fineface said the explosion happened at about 2 a.m. today when a driver kicked the ignition of one of the buses loaded with stolen crude oil. According to reports, the bus was being used to transport the siphoned crude oil to the location of the illegal refineries. Moving to Africa now, where the United States is offering a reward of $5 million for information that will help capture the leader of a rebel group in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which has ties to the Islamic State group. The U.S. State Department said under the command of Sheka Baluku, the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, had killed named raped and abducted civilians, including children. Meanwhile, the ADF leader is reportedly from Uganda, where the group first carried out attacks in the 1990s. Recall that in 2021, the U.S. labeled the Democratic Forces a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, top U.S. commander in Africa has downplayed the recent joint naval exercise by Russia, China, and South Africa in the Indian Ocean. General Michael Langley said America offered much more valuable security partnerships to African countries but would not force them to pick nations to cooperate militarily with. Langley described the joint naval exercise as power projection by Russia and China. Meanwhile, South Africa sent more than 400 troops to the exercise, while Russia sent a battleship armed with hypersonic missiles. The general warned of the growing involvement of Russia's Wagner group in a conflict across Africa, saying they were a destabilizing force. On a foreign scene, Alex Murdaugh, an attorney whose dynastic family had significantly legal reach in part of South Carolina's Low Country for decades, faces sentencing today after he was found guilty of murdering his wife and 22-year-old son. The chief judge jurors, after listening to witnesses for more than a month, took less than 3 hours to convict Murdaugh of 2 counts of murder in the June 2021 killings, as well as 2 counts of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. Recall that Murdaugh's wife Maggie and younger son Paul were found fatally shot on their family's Islandtown property on June 7, 2021.
It's a common sense case. And you didn't leave that common sense with you when you came here 6 weeks ago.
The financial day of reckoning was impending. If it was right there, Alec would not have killed the people he loved the most in the world. There's no evidence that he would do that.
Today's verdict proves that no one, no matter who you are in society, is above the law.
Still on a foreign scene, Cambodia's most prominent opposition leader, Kem Sokha, has been sentenced to 27 years under house arrest for treason. Sokha, the former leader of the now-dissolved Cambodian National Rescue Party, has also been barred from standing or voting in elections. According to reports, he was accused of conspiring with foreign powers to overthrow Prime Minister Hun Sen's government. Still to come in the news, Osimhen nominated for Serie A Player of the Month award. Stay with us. Thanks for staying tuned. In business, the National Bureau of Statistics data have shown that the average domestic and airfare paid by passengers has increased by 94.78% in the past 12 months. The development came amid reports of various challenges facing the local aviation industry. In a new report titled Transport Fare Watch January 2023, the NBS said airfares recorded a 0.16% increase when called and got on a month-on-month basis. According to the statistics, the local airfares rose from an average of 74,586 in December 2022 to 74,702 in January 2023. Still in business, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA, says e-commerce in Africa is projected to grow by 50% by 2025. This was disclosed by the Acting Executive Secretary, UNECA, Antonio Pedro, at the opening of the 9th session of the Africa Regional Forum on Sustainable Development in Niamey, Niger. He explained that investing in capacity building would be critical to delivering on the growth of e-commerce in the continent. According to the Acting Executive Secretary, a large-scale infrastructure investment must be accompanied by viable policies and strategies both nationally and regionally, adding that Africa's accelerated transformation will also be fueled by digital technologies. In health, some stakeholders in the health sector have advocated for Establishment Development Bank of Nigeria to assist in solving the sector's financial challenge. The stakeholders, which comprise of 7 state commissioners of health and the state executive secretaries of primary health care development agencies and the Federal Capital Territory, met the call in Abuja. The call was made at the stakeholders planning and review meeting of health system strengthening and access to right of the health in Nigeria, organized by Center for Social Justice, CSJ. The lead director, CSJ, Eze Onyekwere, said that the specialized bank was needed to help finance most of the capital projects usually associated with the health sector, noting that most of the equipment and other technological devices used in the health sector were capital intensive. And still in health, the World Health Organization Regional Director for Africa, Dr. Mashidiso Moeti, has said that an estimated 135 million people have ear and hearing problem in Africa. Moeti also said the numbers are rising, and at the current rate, it is likely that by 2050, there could be over 338 million people affected by ear and hearing issues in Africa. She made this known in a press statement to commemorate the 2021 World Hearing Day, 2023 World Hearing Day. Meanwhile, World Hearing Day is celebrated every March 3rd to raise awareness of deafness and hearing loss prevention and promote ear and hearing care worldwide. This year's theme is Ear and Hearing Care for All. Let's make it a reality. In sport, Nigeria's under-20 national team, the Flying Eagles, beat Uganda 1-0 in the quarter-final of the ongoing under-20 AFCON in Egypt to book a place in the semi-final of the competition and also qualified for the 2023 FIFA World Cup. The World Cup will take place in Indonesia between May 20th and June 11th. An own goal from Uganda defender Ibrahim Juma before the end of the first half saw the Laden Boso-led side emerge winners in a keenly contested tie at the 22,000 capacity Suez Canal Authority Stadium in Ismaila, Egypt. Having recovered from their opening match loss to Senegal, the Laden Boso-led boys were condemned to win against the Hippos of Uganda, who came into the fixture unbeaten. However, the Flying Eagles took control of the game from the kickoff and had a larger possession of the ball and almost opened the scoring just 3 minutes into the encounter. Still in sport, Napoli forward Victor Osimhen has been nominated for Serie A Player of the Month award for February. Osimhen netted 4 times and 4 league outings for the Partenope in the month. The Nigerian international scored a goal each in Napoli's win against Spezia, Cremonese, Sassuolo, and Empoli. The 24-year-old has hit the net in his last 8 Serie A outings. Meanwhile, Osimhen is currently the top scorer in the Italian top flight with 19 goals from 20 appearances. According to a report, he is nominated alongside his Napoli teammate, Vicha, Juventus winger Angel Di Maria, Lecce defender Federico Basciorotto, and Torino midfielder Alessei Miranchuk. On entertainment, Bollywood actor Ashad Wasi and a YouTube influencer Manish Mishra are among dozens who have been banned from participating in India's share market. The markets regulator said it made the decision after investigating allegations of price manipulation. It said videos on 4 YouTube channels were used to artificially inflate values of certain shares. According to the regulator, the videos shared false and misleading information about Sharpline broadcast and Sadhana broadcast, encouraging investors to buy their shares. Still on entertainment, Nigerian singer and songwriter Loj has finally released his long-anticipated project, The Gangster Romantic EP. The Exotic EP, produced by Anthony Egwu, is a valuable insight into the heart and mind of the rapidly rising Nigerian star, touching on a range of emotive subjects from romance to conflict through a breadth of sounds and influences. The Gangsta Romantic, which was released today, is a solo run across 7 tracks, assisted by the South African kings of Amapiano, DJ Maphorisa and Kabza De Small on the previously released 3rd track, Canada. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You have been watching Spectrum News at 4. I am Rachel David White. Good afternoon.